Hello everybody and welcome back to Sunshine Islands. We are now on fall day 5, which means that we are at the day of our cow festival. So Mirabelle came by yesterday and took our cow. And unfortunately, this is yet another time in my experience playing this game where I fall just short of placing first in a festival, because our cow has 7 hearts and to my knowledge they need at least 8 to be able to place first. So I already have a sinking feeling we're not going to win today, but our cow is probably going to place second, which may increase the quality of its milk and I will get some wonderful pieces out of it, so it's still worth going. You can see here that my crops are all coming in and growing very, very well. I also went ahead and planted my next set of yams that I was going to grow. I staggered them a few days from the first plot that I had put in. I've already gone ahead and watered the trees today, and we have a new sprite that has moved in to Harvest Sprite Island, which is kind of unusual because I haven't really been paying the Harvest Sprites a ton of attention, but we actually have a second purple fishing sprite, which is pretty cool. The dark green Harvest Sprite team also came back, I think, yesterday, which is fantastic. I was waiting for them to come back so that we can do some more upgrading at Gannon's. I want to put some maker machines in. And then we also have our medium-sized chicken coop here. Gannon built this for us a few days ago and put this in. So once I put in more feeding boxes, to my knowledge, from what I remember, we can have 6 chickens in here. We should be able to add a third feeder down here on the bottom row, and then I think we can put 3 more in before this chicken coop is considered at full capacity. So that's another thing that I am gonna have to buy from Gannon. At this point, I'm basically putting Eliza through, you know, Harvard or Yale with all of the stuff that I'm buying from him. And I don't really have a whole ton else to update on. I did my last video on fall day 2, so there hasn't been a whole lot going on. I've noticed that my apple trees up in the orchard haven't given anything off of the tree yet, so I think I'm completely SOL on getting any fruit in my first year, which is really, really unfortunate because, again, I seem to have really, really rotten luck with a lot of stuff, just with the timing of certain things, because the apple tree had matured by the end of summer, but it did not have enough time to flower. And it's also possible that it may have needed to be grown in fully by spring and would have had to flower all of summer to be able to get fruit in the fall anyways. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. Everything there is still going well. I'm just keeping an eye on all of the trees that are not yet fully mature, and hopefully most of those will be in by the end of fall. And I guess I should actually go over to the festival pretty soon before it's over with. And I still have some other things on our to-do list as well that I just can't do because it's a festival day today. But I haven't forgotten about Chelsea's Purple Heart event, for example. We have to watch that. we do have to go back to Gannon's and buy some more stuff. So I have brought my fishing rod today. Last festival I took a break from fishing. I didn't feel like doing it. I was kind of burnt out from doing it, so I figured this time I would do a little bit of fishing, but again, that's probably something I'll sort of save and do it sort of off screen. I hope you win. Thanks. Me too. So we'll speak to everybody here at the festival. It's nice to see the Mineral Town villagers come and attend these festivals too. It's neat because it's almost like they're not just visiting, it's almost like they just feel really welcome and just kind of invite themselves to festivals and such. Ooh, and look, Sabrina has a red heart. That must have happened overnight. She had an orange heart yesterday, so that's cool. Alright, Mirabelle. Let's get this party started. So with 7 hearts, we'll see how we do. And we have the only regular cow. The rest of the cows are Jersey cows. So we're sort of the odd man out. We just have the boring, normal, inexpensive cow. So, yep, we didn't win. The Mineral Town cow won, apparently. But we did get second, which was exactly how I thought we were going to do. So close, and now we have to wait a whole nother year to be able to take place, unfortunately. I've got a lot of wonderful pieces at the house by now. I can probably take them to Charlie and make a purple wonderful if I really wanted to. We'll just speak to everybody here and they can take pity on us. And then we will go home. It sounds like our cow sort of won a new title slash new reward. She gave it the copper medal cow title, so I'm not entirely sure if that's going to increase the quality of its milk or if it's increased its friendship or anything at all. I'll just have to kind of test that and see. And I also realized too, before I think about expanding the barn, if I really wanted to, I could probably add some feeding trays in there instead, which would allow me to have a few more animals. And then I can save maybe my lumber for another upgrade. So yeah, I am probably gonna hire the sprites sometime soon and get Gannon to do a ton of work for me, and I will probably be very, very broke by the end of it. I think the downside with the sprites doing a medium enchantment is that they can only do it for about 2 or 3 days, I think. So if we do the lower prices, which is what we want to do instead of materials, to be able to get some makers. Oh, actually no, they, Oh, I know why. Because I was gonna say, it's really strange that the enchantment period goes from 7 days to 2 days. But the reason for that is because 3 sprites will give you a small enchantment, whereas 4 sprites will give you the medium enchantment. But unfortunately, they will only be able to work for 2 days. So I have to sort of plan out what days I want them to enchant and when I'm gonna have the money for them to do the enchantment, because we also have to keep in mind too that Gannon will only really do 1 project per day. So if we're doing a medium enchantment, it better be worth it, because we can only really ask him to do 2 things for us. And like I said, I just have so many things that I want him to do. Although I guess right now I've got quite a bit of money, and the feeding, adding feeders in isn't very expensive for me considering the amount of money that I have. If I want to just have him put these in for me, I could also sacrifice 100 lumber if I really wanted to, and really save myself some money. So I will want to add a couple of feeders into the chicken coop. If I want to have another sheep or another cow, I could add some feeders into the barn as well for the same price. And then I also have to think about upgrading the house, because I need the upgraded house and I need the furniture that I get with the upgraded house in order to get married. So this is probably a big priority. As much as I want animals and I want more stuff to do on the farm, I really have to start thinking about getting married. If I want to sort of finish the game off in year 5, I might be looking at year 6 depending on how my luck continues to go. And then of course I want to use the sprites to be able to put in the makers. And the other thing I can do too is I can hire the sprites, not save my game, come in to see Gannon, see how much of a difference they really make. And if it's not a huge difference from what I'd be paying with a small enchantment versus what I'd be paying with a medium enchantment, that's another option for me too, is I can just get them to do the small enchantment for a longer period of time. So I guess I'll go back to the house for now. We'll look at our calendar and see what's coming up next. I think it's the Harvest Festival on the 10th. Yes, it is. So from here on out, I have a few days to play until our next festival. But I do want to do one important video sort of in between now and then, because I do have one big update I want to do on a non-festival type of day. And then, of course, we have the dog festival the week after that on the 16th. I've started to practice with my dog every single day, hoping that the practice will help me to get more friendship with the dog and more trust, and hopefully we can win this, because the dog has to be able to catch the frisbee at a pretty far distance in order to win this festival. So I'm hoping if I just keep practicing, that will happen. If we ship some rice in between now and I think the 22nd of fall, we may unlock the Rice Festival, which would be kind of near the end of fall, which is something I'm hoping to do. And then other than that, we have our crop festival at the end of the season. We have to bring Felicia a carrot, and then we have the pumpkin festival, aka Halloween, at the very end of fall. So we still have a pretty jam-packed month. We're only just beginning and things are starting to sort of take shape. I should be getting my first batch of yams here within the next few days, I hope. And like I said, the trees are coming in great. They're all growing in really, really nicely. I hope that they're all sort of grown in by the end of fall. We still have the rice to look after, and we have to harvest that. All the animals are doing really well, and hopefully we can look at expanding upon our animals as well with Gannon's help. So lots and lots and lots of plans. I have lots of ideas on things that I want to do. So hopefully I find some time to actually achieve those goals, and we'll make it a very, very busy month. So that was all that I had for today, and I will be back within the next few days for another update for everybody. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.